God.
Yeah, first time, no worries, man. Like I said, I was like, oh, you jumped out, but you'll be fine. You'll be back. All right, guys. First year time using StreamYard, so I'm not very familiar. So let me just check if things are happening on the other side. And what I'll do, it looks like we are getting on there. It'll take a few, but we'll get on there. So let's let's see here. Edit pose. Let me make this. Yep. Discard that. Let's see if we're able to get back on. So we'll see here in a few minutes. I'm waiting for a couple guys, and we'll be on. Looks like we are live. I'm just trying to figure it out myself. So give me a minute here, guys. If you guys are tuning in or anything like that, just I apologize. Give me a few minutes just to make sure everything is set up, and we'll go from there. First time doing it. So there you go. There you are.
Yeah. So it kicks me out of the meeting to go do that. It's like that's like if I wanted to go live with my audience direct, like in
I
it's like
gotcha.
it's what you're doing.
I gotcha. And I'm just sitting here checking how to do this this thing myself for a second. So tell me about your business while we're doing this, because I'm just kind of figuring this thing out myself. I haven't really used this thing. It says I see it on my Facebook, but I see it showing like what do you call it, private, and I want to make sure that people could see it.
Oh
I'm not
yeah.
positive. I'm not positive. Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's working. All right. I think it was just when we were talking. I think it was showing me private, and then now that we went to us, it's good. so, so all right. So you're up in Illinois, huh?
I mean, actually, in Wisconsin, I'm literally on the state line. Like I'm looking out
Well,
the window of my back porch, and I'm looking into Illinois. I couldn't be any closer, but be any further away. You know what I mean?
nice, nice. Yeah, no, I lived in Rockford for a pretty good amount of time, and you know, it was fun. I mean, I got my first house there, up there by Cherry Valley, like on that side, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Cherry Valley Mall and all. I haven't been back for a while, but pretty cool place. And then let's see here. I'm just pressing a few buttons here for whatever
And
else I got to do.
so now you own an agency that kind of focuses on the roofing space, right?
Yeah, so I'm primarily roofing space. I mean, we help other businesses, but primarily my thing is roofing.
Got
Um,
it.
and then contracting, I guess, if you want to expand on that, right?
Sure. Yeah.
But like my girlfriend's got like an IB clinic, so I help her with that. We got someone with a dog care place. We help them, so we help a few others, but it's not my primary thing. I own Boss Up Solutions, which is like a claims management company, and some other things that happen for the roofing company. Like what do you call it? We do administrative assistance,
Okay.
so virtual assistants here in Mexico, where I'm at. So I hire people, train them to work with them out there. And then we also work with claims and supplements. So I've been from that industry. I know that industry. Like you mentioned, Beloit. I did a lot of construction up in those areas. Probably in Beloit, I'm pretty sure I built a Starbucks. I built a lot of Starbucks back in the day.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I used to do a lot of general contracting, things like that. So I got into that. What about you? Tell me. I'm not familiar so much. So
Yeah. So spent 25 years in the lawn care space. Owned a lawn care company for 25 years in the Rockford market. Exited that 5 or 6 years ago, and jumped into the marketing space. Started off as a T-shirt and promo shop. Quickly evolved to be a full-service agency. We focus on uh, local service businesses because I know that language. I speak those problems. Got a few roofing clients, but more where I've always been afraid to, and it's probably held me back a lot. And that is niching down. I should niche down into just like you know,
a
excuse
specialty.
me, the lawn care contractors and such. But I just never have niched down. So we've got everybody from chiropractors to roofers to a nonprofit orchestra under our agency.
So you're
Um,
using high level
yeah,
primarily.
yeah,
Cool. And what's your experience been with it, other than the
I
fact?
love it. I couldn't be in this industry without it. You know, um, we've grown a team. I've got a handful VAs, a couple of local people to work in our office too, and yeah, it's just absolutely love it. There's there's no other opportunity out there that's as wide open as this, and then having the having a software support system like High Level to make you, I mean, I went from being a contractor that barely knew how to put two and two together to, running a legitimate agency. It's a pretty big shift.
Cool. It's a great tool. What do you have to say to the guys that, so before we get started on like what I want to show? So I want to focus on social media.
Perfect.
Do you do social media for your clients?
We do a little bit. Yeah, we do a little bit. We do. So we truly are full service. So we use High Level as like the base, and then we offer social media management where we're just using the High Level platform, right? So we're not doing anything fancy, but we get into SEO. We use Search Atlas for that, and then we do paid ads running Play.
Very cool. What do you got to say? And Brad, welcome. Give us a few minutes here. You could get your mic and everything set up. He was running a little late. He'll be our test dummy. Sorry, buddy. He'll be our test dummy today. So we're gonna show something, but we'll do that. What do you got to say about so we use High Level in the background. I don't sell High Level necessarily as its own thing. We use it as a tool because it works very well for a lot of things.
That's how we are too.
What's your thing for the guys that want to say, hey, I'm gonna get my High Level and do it? What's your kind of like, if I'm the contractor, for example, what's your situation?
I love contractors because they all think that they can go out and do this stuff on their own. And I'll tell them, I'm pretty blunt with contractors because it just, that's kind of the world I came out of. Yep. And I'm like, hey, you know what? You can absolutely do that. Go for it. But the problem that you're going to have is you don't know how this thing works. Just like I can go become a roofer, right? I can go, I understand how to buy shingles and lay shingles and all that, but I'm not a roofer. Yep. And so when you use a system like this, and you're working with an agency like one of ours, you're going to be able to move so much further ahead and then focus on what you're good at, which is going out selling roofs and making money. If you want to be a social media expert, otherwise,
I'm the same thing with people's time. I'm like, look, you can learn anything. I can learn a lot of things too, but it's one of those things where you got to decide what's the time versus value, right? And there's huge value in it for sure, but the question is, what can I obtain it by hiring someone like you or something like that?
Yeah.
We brought on Brad. Brad's from Capital City Roofing, and he's got the big logo in the back. Nice. And it's not a backdrop; it's his actual office. It looks like, So that's cool. I like it, and it's perfect. You're going to make a great thing. But tell me about your company real quick, and then you also use High Level. So tell me that.
Yeah. So I've been in business for about 18 months now.
Okay.
I started this in 2024. About midway through the year, and did about 3 million in about 6-7 months, and then just finished this year around 5 million. And what we're doing, and one of the ways we are going to leverage Go High Level is we've come up with a licensing model. So similar to franchising, but a little bit lighter, a little bit faster, a little bit more agile, and quite frankly, a little bit less risk on our licensees side. Because instead of signing their life away for 10 years, it's a year over year basis, right? And so what we're using GHL for is essentially we're building out the entire back end.
Gotcha.
For the licensees. So we're going to be providing
primarily roofing companies.
Yeah, roofing companies. I think this will translate to other verticals in the future as well. But again, that's the reason why I like using GHL in the backgrounds, because we can house almost everything in one area. And then if it can't be housed, then we just integrate it in as a custom tab and open in an iframe or whatever you want to do. But so that's how we use it.
Very cool. Well, what are you doing for your social media? How's that done right now, out of curiosity? Because that's the main topic today that I kind of want to share. So my team put together this tool, and we're going to use your company as an example here, which you and I have not done business that I recall together, right?
We haven't.
Yeah. So I've never seen your brand until today. So that's kind of important later today because I'm going to show you like what I can do. But how are you at managing your social media right now?
So right now I've got a executive assistant that manages it for me. So she'll send me creatives, I'll approve them, and she'll post them. And we do that through Go High Level and the
social media portal. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, Go High Level is an amazing tool. It's a little cumbersome. It's like one of those things where if it's set up for you, it's great. Like I tell people, compared to Salesforce in a way, where Salesforce can do anything. But if you don't have someone that knows how to set it up and get it ready for you, it probably will drive you mad and nuts. That little icon on top where there's like new, the new releases or whatever. I love it, but I hate it because I'm always like, okay, here's another rabbit hole I got to go down. Like, well, okay, what did you release today? And let me figure out. And they release a lot. Have you used any other CRMs, man? Out of curiosity in the industry, did you try anything?
Yeah, I've used them all. I'm a CRM nerd. Like I wouldn't even consider myself a roofer, honestly.
Yep.
I'm a roofing professional. I'm a roofing professional. And I've been an executive in the home services industry for over a decade, but I'm a nerd, man. I love CRMs. I love the digital marketing. I love AI. I wish I could spend more time doing it, but I'm reminded quite often that I'm running a roofing company.
Yeah. Well, I'll jump into it and I'll share what I got. And I want to get your guys' honest thoughts. Here's the thing. I want to give a precursor where my team just recently got this back to me. There's probably some glitches. There's probably some stuff that's not open for release yet, something we're doing behind the scenes. My team is doing it for people out there, my Bums AI team, which we do the high level thing. We do the free websites. We do some stuff with that. But everyone has their own niche. Like I think people are too scared to bring in, like right now I'm talking to two guys that might in a way be competing with me in some fashion, but it doesn't really matter. It's like collaboration. Like what do they say? Rising tides raises all ships. So it's kind of interesting to bring that out there and share. But let me show you kind of what I got. But precursor, like, hey, I got to see. And also another precursor is I've never used StreamYard before. It's the first time I'm trying it out. So if I do something crazy, just hang on and I'll be back. So let me pull up the screen here, guys. And let me see which screen it grabs. Let's see, settings. It's got all sorts of stuff here. I'm trying to pull up our screen and I don't see it yet. How do I do that? Present screen. This is fun, as sorry.
Hey, Brad, while he's bringing that up, whereabouts are you based out of?
So our home office is in Alpharetta, Georgia.
Okay.
Which is a northeast suburb of Atlanta.
Got it.
And then we've got we've signed our first licensee, and they are in the Nashville area.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay, this tells me that I'm supposedly sharing my screen, but I don't see it yet. You guys happen to see my screen? You guys know better than me.
No, I don't see it.
Yeah, give me a second. Let's see. Okay, that looks like I'm there.
There it is.
Okay, cool. So this is Bums AI, but we'll go through that later. I'm not worried about that. We have different things, but this is our website. This is also built in high level. I tell people like a lot is possible in high level if you learn how to use it. Especially now with AI and custom codes and things like that, you can get pretty intense, I started with trying to offer everything high level did, and I moved into, we primarily focus on AI voice and we focus on websites as far as that part of the business. On the custom console part, I'll work with people that are higher end, the 10K and up guys, and we'll help them customize, build a whole CRM out of it or whatever. But man, I have a team of VAs. We're about 36 people down here, right? And it's hard for me to train everybody on everything I know. So I kind of want to away from that. But one of the things we've been developing is this. Ugo is my software brand. Is what I want to show you, and we're going to get right into it. So, Brad, I'm just going to Brad, what's your email?
Brad at capitalcityroofing.net.
Capitalcityroofing.net. So, let me grab. So, Rob, follow along too, and I'll show you how this will work. I'm just going to make a temporary password here, guys. Oh, I got to sign out. So, since I don't know much about your business at all, capitalcityroofing.net, right?
Mhm.
Grabbed it on a website. I'm just going to go here. I know nothing about your business, right? And what I did was, if you guys have worked with Pomeli or things like that out there, I don't know. Have you guys seen Pomeli a little bit, like the Google kind of marketing thing? No, very cool tool. Very cool tool. It was my inspiration. That was released only about 2 months ago, I want to say. So at that point, I was like, guys, this is like, we got to get on this. Like, this is pretty cool things we can do. So decided to invest into trying to put something together. And this is what we came up with. So what I'm doing right now, so if you hired me right now or anyone hired us, I want to learn about your website. The biggest thing is when you outsource, the hardest part is how do I get someone to understand my business, like my vision, what's my thing, what's my brand, right? So I scanned your website, scans complete. We're going to skip the voice and text mode. This is another way to fine tune. I could ask questions about our business, but we're just going to go right here. So here's what we got. We got Capital City Roofers differentiates itself through technical superiority. The Capital City difference, unlike general contractors, emphasizes being factory certified, understanding complex building codes, providing hands-on leadership approach. They position themselves as a high integrity partner, et cetera, right? So it's got a little bit about your business right there. We're going to scroll down here. It's got your brand colors, what it believes are your brand colors. We'll get into that. Your brand fonts, your brand values. I mean, does this sound kind of like what you would be standing for? Integrity, innovation, excellence, transparency, quality, craftsmanship, reliability. Is that?
Those are our exact core values.
Okay. Brand voice. So it's got like something about your voice that it's picked up, and visuals, right? So it's picked up some stuff about your website. It's also gone in, and what it's done is it's got this Capital City Roofing. It believes these are your target locations. So you're in Georgia, Tennessee. I don't know anything about your business other than what we just shared a few seconds ago, right? Now I can add or remove things here. Alpharetta, Johns Creek, Roswell, Sawney, Atlanta, Nashville, Franklin, and Brentwood. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah.
Phone number, you can always add it. You know, sometimes people have branded phone numbers. They want to say 855 roof or whatever, right? Address says sites mainly in English. Slogan, apparently what it says is make roofing straightforward, stress-free, and built to last. I don't know if that's your slogan or not, but kind of grab some stuff up from your place. Homeowner, property managers, commercial building owners, that's your business, right? Pain points. Again, this is all coming from your website and just some internet research. Leaky or damaged roofs, complex insurance claims, lack of trust, storm damage anxiety, high energy bills, diminished curb appeal, right? So pain points. So Rob, you see how like I don't know anything about his brand, but you can see how your customers. And I did this for my daughter. Like she has a company. She's pretty big. She's a little author, and she's. I shouldn't say anything little about her. She's big, but like her thing is she has a company that she's helping manage, and it's a bikini company. I knew nothing about it, and I just put stuff in there, and I don't. I mean, the most bikini my thing is here, honey. Take my credit card, go buy one. Like, so, your offers, no pressure roof inspection. It's the roof quote tool, flexible financing, manufacturer certified warranties, etc. Right? I go down, and here's where again, if I was training a person to manage my social media today, I'm gonna tell them, hey guys. This is what I want you to make sure. You've probably done this in some fashion, and you had other business too. Like, make sure you mention Capital City difference. Make sure you mention factory certified. Make sure you mention, my must-do list. Then I have my suggested list. So this right here is me tuning in, and this is just from automation. It got something that says, be sure to include the roofing logo. Be sure to include GF Master Elite certification badge. It's just guessing what we should do. Now I can go in here and say, include the Owens Corning badge, include directory, include whatever it might be, right? And I can put those things in here. So you got your required and suggestions. Again, if I was training somebody, this is what I would tell them to do. If you're going to manage my social media, I got my forbidden words. Don't use these words. We're not don't use fake testimonials. Don't use bot reviews. Don't do fastest. Don't do guesstimate. Don't do cheap. Don't show generic stock images, et cetera, et cetera. National holidays, local events. So like if I'm posting for somebody and you hired somebody in the Philippines, their they're trying to post something and they don't know, in Beloit, like, do you put Chicago or do you put Green Bay? Hopefully you put Green Bay. Either state doesn't matter, but regardless, right? So you want to put in your stuff. So you can put in local events, and I could go in here. Capital City Roofing. Are you a sports fan of any chance, Brad?
Yeah, Atlanta Braves.
Atlanta Braves. Okay. Now I know nothing about baseball. I'm gonna be honest. I've been playing games, but I just don't. But here you can see I can add teams. Now, is there a local high school or something that you guys sponsor? Your kids go to anything like that?
We have a nonprofit that works with all the school systems in the area.
Okay. You happen to know the name of the school? Anyone that you could think of off the top of your head?
Yeah, I mean Gwinnett High School.
Gwinnett High School? How do I spell that?
GWINNETT.
We'll put that in our other interests, right? So I'm just going to add some stuff here. I'm going to save this real quick for a second. So now the next thing for me, I'm going to bring your website in here. By the way, let's see here. This is your website?
Yeah, I don't know why the header's doing that.
Let's refresh it real quick and see what it's doing. It's okay. Well, it's doing that, so no big deal. For right now, we won't worry about that. I'm going to just save this image as Capital City logo. And we're going to get rid of it real quick. And we're just going to upload your logo right here. Hopefully that's a PNG. I imagine it is, but I don't know. So I'm going to grab your logo here. So the first thing for me is like, hey, this is my brand information. This is my stuff. And you can see the brand colors are kind of changing as I upload logos. It's learning from the logos and kind of trying to figure out like what your brand really is. And I'm going to lock this in real quick. And then I have this. So the next thing for me is going to be, if you're talking to a social media guy, is going to be, let's do this real quick. I'm going to do, do you consider the blue the first color, or do you consider the red the first color? It grabs different ways.
Yeah, the blue would be the main color, and then red's more for like CTAs.
All right, so I'm going to go into just your blue right there, just for the heck of it. And later on, you can fine tune this. I'm just kind of getting it moving. Grab the red just to do it. All right, so we got some colors set up, but pretty easy to change. I think you guys, both of you guys, sounds like are techie enough. So, and it's not very techie yet. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to train my why does it want to do that? Okay, hang on. Let me go back to my identity. I like how it likes to go back to me, dude. All right, there we go. Sorry, little cache problem there. I'm gonna get some variations because I don't know what your style is now. This can take 3 to 4 minutes. So while this is going on, Rob, so far, any question? Robert, what do you prefer? I'm sorry.
Yep, Bob or Robert.
Bob, all right. Bob, what do you think so far as the scanning part?
Yeah, I think this is great. I mean, it from an agency standpoint, that ability to have something that we can put off onto a team member, a VA, and be able to provide consistent results. I love it. It's super smooth.
Yeah. So I'm grabbing information now. You might have things that you like for posts and styles that you like, Brad, and we would upload those here. But we're gonna do this like I'm just showing the other screen while this one's running in the background over here. So what this is doing right now, it's going to go. So one of the questions I ask here is, what language do you want to post in? So, I got Spanish contractors, Polish contractors, whatever it might be. I also have post styles like real life images, cartoon images, cinematic images. And, reading them, I know you might say, oh, I want real life. But seeing them is a little different. You're like, I like this, I don't like this. So if I hired a marketing agency today, most likely I'm going to tell them, hey, make me some ideas. Show me what it could look like. Then I'll let you know what I like. So, you do the thumbs up, thumbs down thing, like with your team. So my idea here was like over coffee on a Sunday, being able to knock out, we're going to knock out basically Capital's entire month's marketing here by going through this. And what we're going to do is it's still going to do its thing. Sorry, guys, that part I cannot control, but if you want to wait for somebody to go into Canva and draw a bunch of images, you can do that. So as this is happening, you could see some of this stuff. So now another thing I'll show you, we'll kind of browse through some features while this is happening. I have a consultant here that I can speak to regarding capital and their marketing. So if I wanted to talk to this, I can talk to this and create a strategy call with my own marketing person. And I can start discussing different ideas about my brand or things like that. Now, one of the cool things about this, unlike ChatGPT or something when you're talking about your brand, which you could do, number one, you don't have to load a bunch of stuff into it. It already has it loaded. Number two, it's making changes as you speak to it. So if you start saying things, it's going in the background and tuning in kind of what does Brad want capital to be out there like, right? So this is something that I built in here that kind of, well, I say I, but my team, we go through that. And then we have, I don't want to get too far ahead because I really want to show you kind of like walking through this. So I apologize about that, but we're going to go through that. So tell me, let's pull up Capital again. I'm going to bring their website back, and hopefully this time your header is still doing that, man. I don't know if that's me or I couldn't tell you why it's doing that. Is it capitalcity.net? I'm just like that.
That's it. I mean, that's the website.
Yeah, not sure why it's doing that, man. Couldn't tell you. And it's kind of like, yeah, it's really bogged down.
Like it's not reading my CSS appropriately in some areas.
These are the joys of websites. And then I'm not getting your menu here. Rob, are you able to pull that website up on your side and see if it's doing
I was just trying that real quick.
Yeah, just to see. Maybe it could be me on, whatever. But even if it's me, you got to figure out like, hey, why is that happening for someone? Because we don't want that happening to anyone, right?
Right.
So going through that.
Brad, what is the just because I have it clear on my screen, what's the URL?
CapitalCityRoofing.net.
Roofing. Okay, thanks.
What are you using for instant quote right now? Are you using Roofar? Okay, that's what you're using there.
Yeah, Roofar.
Okay. What's been your experience with that?
Love it. It's great. Yeah, I like it. I sell a lot of roofs sitting right here from that.
Yep. Very cool. Now, is that from you entering their info in, or is that like customers actually entering their info in?
Yeah, customers. I've got the QR codes on all of our trucks, on all our yard signs, all my guys' business cards. It's all the instant roof estimator.
Very cool.
It just to chime back in, Brad, it is your header is wonky because when I pull it up, I'm getting the same type of view as what he's showing right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't tell you what it is off the top of my head, but I'm sure we can fix it up later. So no big deal if you need help with that. And so we're going through and I'm trying to get brand styles for you here. So this part we're going to kind of walk through a little bit. And I do apologize about like going through slow. But then again, if you hired somebody, they're going to go home, they're going to spend a week, they're going to come back in a meeting, and you're probably going to get a bunch of stuff you don't like. And then you're starting all over again, right? So marketing ends up being this long-term mission. By the way, everything we're doing right now, this technically is a one-time thing because you don't have to do this over and over. This is like I'm getting my brand established, right? So I'm going to go in and establish it. And while we're doing that, if you wouldn't mind going into your, you have Go High Level, right, Brad?
Yep.
So in your high level, can you pass me? I think we got a chat here, right? I believe we do. Yeah. Can you guys see the chat too? Let me see. I'll post.
I've got comments.
Yeah. So that right there. Well, I don't know if I want to do it there, Brad, because I'm not sure if that's public or not. You and I have a private Facebook thing out there. Do you mind passing me your location ID?
Yep.
And we're almost getting here with this one. Though we get a little ahead. And for those that haven't used High Level, basically you would go into settings on your company. And if you don't have High Level, you can get it through our affiliate link. You could get it through one of these guys. You could get it through Bums AI, or you can get one of those systems. It's one of those things that's pretty cool. So, as you pass me that, thank you, Brad. Let me grab that. Okay. I'm going to over here, just drop that over there for a minute. But let's go back here real quick. So here's some brand styles. Now don't think these are your finished images or anything. These are just to figure out what you like and dislike. Now I know you're looking on my screen, so it might not be the exact best way of looking at this. So I'll flush this later so you can redo it. But just for argument's sake, here we have a kind of more realistic image, real person kind of thing. He's got your logo on the back of his shirt, it looks like. We got the GF Master Elite. We got a CertainTeed symbol here, but we're not looking for the post. We're looking for the style. So this is we get confused. We're like, no, you didn't put my I don't want CertainTeed in there. Okay, that you can do later. Do you like the real look or do you not like the real look? Is the question, right? And then these 9 images. So we have a real life, we have a cartoon, we have a 3D kind of style here, you know. We have a digital art. We have a minimalist, kind of a little bit more simple. A cinematic, right? A little bit more like something that could probably turn into a video. We have more of a vintage. Again, on your brand, that might be something that, you know, fits. We have more of a pop art cartoon kind of thing, you know, and depending on the company. Now, Rob, you work with a lot of different industries, it sounds like. So you probably a lot more. I could probably guess what Brad might want to use, but like for you, you might have a lot of different ideas of what you want to do. And then you got like sketch art, hand drawn kind of stuff, right? Now, look, again, if you hired somebody, I'm going to ask both of you guys, like how long before they give you just these 9 images, you know, just to say, hey, what do you like?
Yeah,
I like them all. Well, I'm not a huge fan of the vintage one, but the rest of them I like. This is pretty good. You know, I use a software called Hollow AI.
Yeah. Hollow, yeah.
Very similar.
Hollow was a great start. You know, with the AI, the thing that I see that the issue is there's so many tools that, like, you know, I get this great idea and I'm building something. Then tomorrow there's this new tool that it's like, oh, there's Sora 3000 now. So Hollow was a good effort. I've used it, but I found it. I paid their annual for the $100 or whatever it was. It's like whatever, but it just lacked, you know.
Yeah, it's basic. It's very basic. Yeah.
But here, so we have this, and now let me just ask you, like, number 1 cinematic, number 1 real life. We're gonna pick 3 that we kind of like. Our top 3. Now that doesn't mean we can't do other ones, but just give me an idea. Would you go real life? Would you go cinematic, minimalist, cartoon?
I like the cinematic. I like the real life, and I like the cartoon.
Okay, we're just gonna use that. So you see, you can't really tell on my screen or your screen probably, but it says number 1, number 2, number 3. Down here it's telling me like 60% of my posts cinematic, 25% like this cartoon. You can adjust that later, but for right now, we're just going to confirm that and let it get going. Brad, while this is going, because it's going to do part 2 here, what I want you to do, if you don't mind, and again, I don't want you to do this on screen, on your settings in high level, if you can go in on the left bar, you're going to see something called private integrations. Rob, you've seen this too, where you can do private integrations.
Yep.
And if you go into private integrations for me, you're going to create here. I'm going to pull mine up here real quick. Let's jump to, I don't know. We'll jump to pause up for a second here, maybe. So whenever it wants to join me here, there we go. So if you're going to settings, you're going to go to private integrations. I don't mind showing mine. You go to private integrations. You can do create new integration like I did here, and just call it Ugo for right now, and hit next. And after this video, I'm gonna have you revoke this, but to save time, I'm gonna have you do this in a simple way. So when you go here, you select scopes and you select all, and just hit create, and it's gonna give you this security risk thing. But that again, I'm gonna have you revoke it because there's like 28 of those things that we gotta select. But for the sake of the video, we'll do it this way, and just copy this thing for me. And if you could share that to me, that number, and don't share it here, share it on our private thing again, just so we have it there. And let me go back to Ugo. Thanks, bud. I got that. I'm gonna grab that over here. I'm gonna go back over here. So I'm gonna grab that and test our integration, right? So this is what it's telling me you got. Wow, you got a lot of channels, my friend. You got Google My Business, 2 channels. You got Facebook, and you got to differentiate between which one of these channels they are. Like you got a roofing one, you got a Nashville one, right? You got Instagram, you got LinkedIn, you got TikTok. You're using the shit out of your thing, man. Good for you. I got Capital City Roofing, Pinterest. I got YouTube. I got Blue Sky. Are you actually using Blue Sky? Are you hooked up to that?
I am. Yeah.
What is Blue Sky, man? I haven't used it.
It's like X. It's very similar. It's very similar to X.
Okay. So this is giving me kind of like a auto suggest of when we should post and where. Now, if I was doing this, like if I'm telling you to do this, I would say I would divide this and do Nashville with one and Tennessee and Georgia with another one, right? Because the whole point of this thing is you're going to create more personal content, your lives, your videos. Like for me, I know if I personally post, my business always gets more attention. But I would call them fluffer posts that every business should have, because after I see your post, then I go check you out. When I check you out and I see that your last post was December 21st, it's like, meh, I want to see consistency. I want to see a brand. And then your stories, your couple little posts that you make, those that you can't hire a VA to do, the ones that you got to do, those you should continue doing. But it's giving me a suggested schedule here. Now I can alter that and say, no, I wanna post on Google My Business on this day. I want to post. So this is how easy it is. You guys both have high level. I'm gonna pick where channels I want to post to, right? So I just go in and post, and I'm not gonna post anything. Don't worry. Other than everybody go buy from Latif. So I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna say, hey, I want to post to these channels. I can do an auto suggest, or I can override it and say, no, Sunday for me, I want Google My Business. Google My Business, I actually disagree with it. I would probably not post so often. I might go like that. And then I might do my different market like that, et cetera, et cetera. Pretty simple to do. Make sense, guys?
I love this for like what you said, that to the post to show activity. I think the personal things that you do, your lives and those things that you're producing on your own phone for your business, you can't really replicate that. But for the filler content, and this is a great tool.
So I go back here and let's go back, and what it's done with our selections, it created a couple posts. Now we're gonna do this until we like 9 of them. So this takes a little bit. Again, you could have somebody, whatever. So I just want to dislike, not entirely the post, more or less like how you feel about it. So first one, like or dislike.
Like.
Next one.
Dislike.
All right. Next one.
Like.
All right. Now the cool thing about this, I don't ask why you like or dislike, because I feel like people can't really say what they like. Yeah, I could say, oh, my logo is wrong. I get that. But for a lot of us, when it comes to visualizing, we fail at explaining that, oh, it was the gray tones that were making me feel a little upset, right? Or it was too feminine, it was too masculine, it was too whatever, right? It's doing that kind of tuning for us. And we're going to continue this process. We're going to let this run in the background like go to the other side. But what we're going to do is this is going to go ahead and grab our brands or your kind of like what you would want me. If you hired me tomorrow to do your brand, you're going to say, Latif, I really need you to tune in. I don't want to babysit this stuff. It's not worth it, because if I have to babysit, I'll just do it my damn self, And you can give this to your VA. You can give this to whoever after, and I'm going to show you how easy it is from that point. So we're going to go through 9 likes. So it's got to do 3 images at a time. And you saw the images are pretty decent quality as they're coming through. So it's going through that. So we're locked in here. So you guys, obviously you've worked with high level. You like this integration where you're able to pull in everything. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. I think so. Does this take the place of running in Social Planner, or does this overlay with Social Planner?
Both, and we're gonna get to that as soon as we could get his brand tuned in. Unfortunately, I can't speed up this process. It's
good.
It's what it
is. I think this is great because we get to see exactly how it works.
Yeah, no, and I want to really do it live, and we're talking about it too, but we're doing it and we're timing it, ourselves here. So here's our next set of images. So all right, again, like, dislike, and if you want, I can make it a little bigger for you.
I like that one.
Okay.
Dislike. Like
that cartoon, huh? See, this is the thing.
It's the logo. Like, I'm very particular about my brand, and the logo is very important to me.
Yeah.
What just out of curiosity, while it's loading, Brad, what made you so passionate about your logo?
Well, I designed it.
It's mine.
I designed it very intentionally. Obviously, as the Atlanta skyline in the background, it's the Atlanta Braves colors. It looks very similar to a sports emblem. I'm positioning myself and my nonprofit to run concurrent with a couple of campaigns that hopefully will make us the official roofer of the Atlanta Braves. So that's very important.
What's your nonprofit about?
So the name of the nonprofit is Feeding the Future Project.
Okay.
And essentially, it's twofold, right? So you think about feeding the future in the classical sense as children that go hungry, whether it's the summertime or holidays when they can't get the free lunch program or whatever the case may be, but also feeding the future in planned mentorships and kind of like, yeah, and like getting with the high schools, giving them job opportunities and helping them grow that way too.
Interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What you mentioned you've only been doing this for 18, 19 months. What were you doing before?
So the majority of my career, I was with Lowe's, and I ended up becoming a district manager over in-home services. So I ran home services. So I did for Lowe's essentially what I'm doing for myself now, except for I did it for every vertical, not just roofing. And then I spent about a year and a half or so in the commercial roofing space as a director of operations for a commercial roofing company here in Atlanta.
Cool. Give me a dislike.
I like first I like, second no, and third yes.
Okay. We got a pattern. I think like everyone.
I was gonna say he's consistent.
Yeah. I was like, I think I see a pattern here. I don't need AI for that.
Brad, do you have ABC supply stores down there?
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, that the city I'm in, that's where it was founded. ABC World Headquarters is here in Beloit.
Cool. You guys know the story about how what happened to the Hendricks, like the husband, what happened actually?
Ken,
he fell through the roof and all that story.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting, but yeah, they've been around for a while. Suppliers, I think AI, to me, I think the biggest thing I'm bringing out to everybody is like, hey, AI is changing the game. I mean, me myself, Boss Up Solutions, you guys might not be familiar, but we do estimates and supplements. We also have virtual assistants, right? That was our primary company, and man, I see the world changing. I mean, like answering phones was like, I got to hire somebody. I got to hire a call center. Now AI does it so much better that I'm selling human hours, but I'm telling you, why would you pay me X? I don't care how much you pay me when you can have AI, because whoever you hire, the best person in the world can only answer one phone call at a time.
Yep.
AI can answer 24/7, take appointments, summarize, schedule, qualify. If you know how to tune it in and you know the right products to use, and high level, the cool thing is they have their stuff, but they also have the integrations to other software. So it allows you to get into, okay, they do a good job with AI, but there's actually better ones that do the AI voice, right? So you can kind of go through it, but AI is changing the game for a lot of us. Let me do a dislike, and we'll continue conversation just to keep this speeded up. What do we got?
I like all of those.
All right. You're making my life a little easier there. I'm going to lock it in. So now it's got my brand set up, right? So now it's got my brand set up. Let me zoom back out. And we got our stuff sitting here. Oop, I lost my, oh, you know what? Let me just refresh this real quick. It might be because I saved it on two screens. Let's see if it caught it or not. It didn't. I'm going to just steal your information again from over here and paste it over here. Probably shouldn't be working on two screens when it's editing. So mental note to know from now on.
Brad, do you implement AI into your business so far, or how are you if you are?
I do. It's infused in every piece of my business.
Yeah. If you want to lean and mean, it's the only way to go nowadays, and it's so much easier than before. Before it would have meant, God, I got to hire somebody. I did a lot of automation. I could show you in high level. I have automations that run like 30 pages deep. You know, I'm a real techie, nerdy guy. I have a Lucidchart subscription for 17 years, probably. The thing just, I don't know how long, don't quote me, but it's been a long time. And I have flowcharts for everything. There's a whiteboard sitting right next to me. You know, I'm always looking at that stuff. So it's changed. It's become much easier. You know, if you can language model, like they call it, if you can speak, if you can articulate what you want to say, a lot is possible. Yeah. So January, we're still in January. Sorry. What do you want to, again, you guys are both marketing guys in a way. I think a lot of small business owners are. If you market too much, I think you ruin you don't say enough.
you have to target and get people in the door and then work from there. That's my opinion, right? But what would you market? Like, what would be your thing? Is it the instant quote tools? And don't feel obligated to these. We can add stuff. But what would you market? Let's pick 2 or 3 things that you would market this month.
I think instant roof quote tool is one of the things I market most often. And then I kind of cyclically change between residential, multifamily, and commercial, right? And I tend to post mainly commercial and multifamily on LinkedIn, and then more residential on Facebook and Instagram.
That's interesting. I like it. Interesting. More thoughts as we develop further into this. It's good to know that. That actually helps a little. Here, would you say, I mean, out of these goals, brand awareness, driving sales, getting bookings, getting messages, what would you say primarily your primary goal? And look, I could pick them all. I just feel like when you're more precise, your posts are more precise.
It's about brand. For me, social media is all about brand awareness. I'm not looking to drive conversions from social media.
Probably with
it's nice when it happens, but brand awareness for sure.
Okay. I'm going to suggest get messages, because instant quote in a way is get messages, like you're driving like a conversion.
Yeah.
So let's kind of put that in there. And then, we could add promos. We're going to skip that for now. And we picked our stuff. And we're going to create a campaign. And what it's going to do, again, the next thing if you hired somebody is going to be, all right, it looks like you kind of got my brand idea. All right, what do I post? What's my calls to action? I want a strategy. Now, I see a lot of guys, and look, us doing marketing and you guys, I don't know, Brad, do you manage any other brands other than your own, like for other people, not you guys at this point?
No, not yet.
Okay. So one of the things, Rob, you've probably done this where, you come up with a strategy like, hey, we're going to create awareness day 1. We're going to do this day 2. We're going to do this day 3. But then they want to propose this, propose that. And there's just like, kind of like, they think social media is going to drive like this magic, like someone's going to buy. And I tell everybody, social media is not getting you like, I mean, don't get me wrong. It might get you a sale here and there. But what it's more about is validation and presence. It's not like that post was so beautiful, let me buy a roof from you.
That's right.
It's more about, hey, I've seen you guys. I've heard of you guys. It's about repetition, So we go there. Now it's asking me about February. We're going to skip that just for the sake of time. And I'm going to just make sure we're in January and we're going to go to our calendar. So what it's done is, number 1, I see my days that are past. And I'm seeing and we'll get into this, but it's created a plan for me. Now it's more in depth with this. I'm going to show you the plan, but this is like my post schedule. It even has, if you notice, picture, video, carousel. It's giving me ideas of what to post on what day based on what it's figuring out and your channels. Here is your daily pulse for your areas. So these are different ideas. Like there's a solar integrated roofing systems, cool roof technologies, class 4 impact, AI and drone inspections. Again, if you did bikinis, you're not going to see this stuff. You're going to see something else. It'll come up with local events and things like that are happening in your area. Now, I'm going to do this real quick. We'll do batch tool. And I'm going to, let's just find events for the first month. This will take a second. So what I want to do now, based off his market, and this is why I was telling you, Brad, that it's better to split this up into 2 accounts for you, Tennessee and Georgia, because you get more power from it. You can generalize, but when I tell you guys what I'm probably going to charge for this thing, it's pretty brainer. So what it's doing is it's looking at calendars based on your area and what might be relevant to you or national, like, Valentine's, for example. It's going to get that. And it's going to show some stuff here. So Fairy Tale Village at North Point Mall. I don't know North Point Mall. Bring one of the chippers, Roswell. Discover Boating Atlanta, saying boat show might be relevant. Antiques Garden Show, Southeast Nashville Home Show, Ben Franklin, et cetera, et cetera. So what I would do here is just tell me relevant, irrelevant. Is this relevant, irrelevant to anything you would post about?
North Point Mall is a good landmark around where I'm at.
Let's go with it. It won't hurt. Bring one for the chipper. I don't know.
I don't know what that is. Oh, maybe that's a Christmas tree display.
Oh, getting rid of the trees. Yeah, that's
Gotta have some. You gotta have something that has Cobb in it. Anytime I've ever been to Atlanta, everything is named Cobb or Peach down there.
Yeah. Discover boats. I mean, boat show. I think the high relevance here is probably the fact that they're boat owners or homeowners.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like boats.
Home show. I would probably say yeah.
Yeah.
Statue unveiling. I mean, local Ben Franklin statue unveiling, 320th birthday. Do we care?
Is it the 250th? 250th?
It says 320, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Anything right now that's tied into the 250th of the U.S., that's going to get a lot of traction because it's just it's a nationwide thing that's being promoted.
I gotcha. You know, let's just go with what it's got now. I'll purge this for you later, Brad, so you can make this a little better. But we got your Atlanta home show, probably home expo, probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I say create posts, what it's going to do in the background, it's going to go ahead and start creating posts for us. While it's doing this, I'm going to let it run for, well, I probably shouldn't have pressed that, but I pressed it. We're going to hide it, make it work in the background. So we're going to let it go make it. I'm going to show you here. Now, this plan's going to change because we just told it to go make a little bit more revised plan. So you see this running over here. But in my plan view, I'm able to see what my strategy was. So again, if you have a hire marketing guy, and look, most people don't do this. Even my team, I tell them to do this stuff. To be honest, this doesn't really happen. I'm being straight. Here's our January campaign. This is like what, so if I was coming to you and presenting it, well, how I'm going to present to you, I'm going to say, hey, here's my marketing strategy for the month. I'm going to tell you I'm going to post for residential roofings on day 3 and day 4. I'm going to post for multi-roofing on day 8, day 9, et cetera, et cetera. You get the idea. I'm going to go through and explain why. But I'm also going to go down and give you a day by day. I'm going to say day 1, Happy New Year's. So day 1, remember, it's thinking the whole month, so grab New Year's as well. New Year's is in the past. So let's just go to, what is today? The 3rd, 4th, 5th, 4th. So 4th. Today it's saying the capital city difference integrity isn't a buzzword. It's how we've operated for over 27 years, et cetera, et cetera. It's got some stuff in here. Now, if I don't agree with something, I can open the editor. I can't regenerate it right now. You can, but because it's doing the other operation, there's no regenerate button at the moment. So regenerate is like, hey, think about this again. When it thinks about a day, every day is tied into the days before and days after. Everything's meant to be linked. This is what I dislike about people when they manage social media. It's like, what's going to fit today? Like, wake up and be like, I should promote cups. You know, we're going to do cups. And that's okay. Do that on your personal post, but don't ruin your strategy. Your strategy should be in place. Those extra posts we talked about, the ones where I go live, you go live, great. Do what you want. So you can see here, and it's telling me a video. Not all contractors are created equal, et cetera, et cetera. So if I give you, now you can see the regenerates are coming out because it actually probably at this point synced on the other side. But it's basically going through and letting me know my strategy. So we have our strategy. So when you look at the calendar and it says brand or chats, don't feel like that's all it thought about. It thought about a lot more. That's just kind of like, I'm not going to fit all that verbiage right here, right? So we'll just go with today. And it's telling us based on what we picked, it's going to post on TikTok and whatever. We're going to pick a few things here just for the hell of it, which you could override what your master settings are and say, I don't want to post here. I don't want to post here. We're just going to pick 2 standard things here. And I could scout local events as well. So if I wanted to see a little bit more in depth, I want to like look a little bit closer. Sorry, music in the background. I'll go in there. But now I got a strategy. I figured out my brand. I figured out what it says, what it looks like. I figured out my content. And again, if we were doing this, Brad, I would probably go through deeper. Like Rob, when you're talking to people, Bob, when you're talking to people, you're gonna probably do a little deeper insight as far as like, okay, what should we add? What shouldn't we add? Right?
It's funny actually. We have clients that they just completely are hands off. They're like, hey, just make sure that we have content out that's relevant to our business. And honestly, sometimes though, along with clients that are very hands-on, they're like, hey, this is what we want to talk about. The clients that are the hands-off ones are almost harder to work with at times because you're like, are we doing the right thing?
Yeah.
You know, they're just happy to have posts out there. And I'm like, well, we want to make sure it's relevant to your business. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they're just very like, you're the marketing guy. You figured out. I'm like, well, we don't know everything about your business, so
Exactly.
I love this tool for that
So
purpose.
here, Atlanta Falcons versus New Orleans Saints, Vanderbilt women's basketball versus LSU. I wouldn't know that. You know, Holiday Lights at Cheekwood. I don't even know what Cheekwood is. Lights on the Loop, Avalon on Ice, Fairy Tale Village, at whatever. So it's got some ideas of what we want to do, but we're gonna just go with whatever it generically thought about. And I'm gonna just say generate a copy. And the copy, as you know, if you're in print and before, you know, our beautiful generation that's out there now figured things out. You know, copy is about articulating proper words to create engagement or to bring attention. And again, all this stuff's available out there in AI and everything, and all these guys know it. But now with AI, the beauty is I can program and say, write me the good copy, tell me what words are trending, tell me what is clicking, tell me what's getting attention, tell me what speaks to my brand and is going to give me the right people, and write the right sentences or words. I don't care if it's 5 words or 50 words, but also based on every channel. So if you guys have posted, Bob, if you've done this for people, you post, and I've done this, you post for somebody, you create a post and it goes on Instagram, it goes on Facebook, it goes on LinkedIn. It's the exact same post.
Yep.
But each of those have different styles, use of emojis, use of text, right?
Yep.
So this creates that. Now the backgrounds also create a hashtag list and everything if that applies. So it's got that figured out. Next thing I do, I go in and I say, all right, it's recommended me to do a 4 and 5. I can choose something different, right? I can choose a 9x16. I could choose something different. I'm going to use that and say, go ahead and make me an image for this day. So tied to the image that we did, tied to the post that we did, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in an image for this day that would be relevant to Brad's brand, that would be good for him to post. Again, I get away from the personal, like, oh yeah, but I want my face in there. Okay, AI does that, but then you know the problem is when it's your face, when it's skinnier or fatter, you'll make comments, right? when it's an AI face, it's like, does it look good or not? Because you're comparing to reality, right? You're comparing to like real you, you know. So now it looks a little messed up here. Now I'm going to explain that in 1 second. It looks messed up, and you can see like it's doubled up. You just go here, hit AI off. All right. Here's our post. This is Capital City Roofing. This is our post. It's got a city in the background. It's got whatever. I may like, I may dislike, right? And I can sit here and I can either refine that image or I can recreate that image, right? So
can you manually edit the image?
Yes. So here, what you can do to a degree, you can do, if I want to show my logo, I can put my logo anywhere and move it anywhere, right? So number 1, logo. Number 2, if I wanted to add some text, I can go ahead and add text anywhere, right? Same process, go down, move it up and down. If I wanted to add my call to action and I wanted to show it, and well, it's blue right there, so I'm gonna make it red, this guy here, and I could say I'm gonna move this to bigger, smaller, move it up, down, etc. So you're limited a little bit because it is an AI image.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I want my URL on here. Let's show it down there, etc. So I can tune it in a little bit. And as we develop, we're going to come up with more stuff with this. But because it is an image, the best thing here is refine image, and I tell it what I want, and it does a reasonably good job of editing it, right? Mm-hmm. And for sake of time, I won't do that now. But now what we're going to do is I'm going to forward to the next step because it's supposed to be a photo. I'm going to say next. And I have these options. I can post now or I can schedule, right? So if I schedule, it's going to schedule on this day, January 4th, right? So we're not going to do that right now because that's on your thing, but I'm going to show you here in a second. We'll do like the 7th or something so we can play with it. So let's actually go back to our calendar. Let's jump to the 10th just for the heck of it. And we're going to do another one. What do you guys think so far? What do you think about that? How to make the images and everything. And
I like it. I like it. If you could end up developing it to where you can edit the photo like Canva, it could replace Canva.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So my thing there is because it's an image rendered, like the layers, I'm working with that on how much we want to give, because the idea here for a lot of guys, this is like, I can remember when we generated a month. The other thing I can do is I can generate my images for the month. So when that was running in the background, it can actually go in and just have my whole month laid out. Then I just go in and pick the ones I like. The ones I don't, I regenerate. So it's about time savings and getting this knocked out over coffee on a weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is just, hey man, let's just get it done. So I'm generating copy. Here's my copy for these platforms. You can see now there's a LinkedIn one, there's a Pinterest one, and there's a YouTube one. And then I'm going to go to my media, and here it's suggest 9x16 because we're going to do a video this day. And I'm going to say, all right, to do a video, you have to first create a image because we're going to animate that image, right? So the first thing you're going to do is create your image. So we pull up an image, and sorry, I've never done this live with everyone before, so sorry about the time, guys. If I'm eating up into anything, I apologize.
Brad, what would you have changed in that image? What did you like or dislike, just out of curiosity?
So,
He didn't like the old man.
no, I mean, it's just, inevitably, the AI images, you'll have, them on a TPO roof with a bundle of shingles, or, you know what I mean? Like the AI gets a little wonky. And so it'd be nice to oh, well, that looks great, but there, you know what I mean? Like, let's just delete that bundle of shingles off of there, just stuff like that.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
So we got this before, in progress, after kind of thing. Again, for sake of time for editing, and we'll get into editing later. But like if I go in here, I have the ability to turn this into video, and I can say, hey, animate this, or I can say bring it to life, or do Ken Burns effect, et cetera, et cetera. These get like whatever. We're just going to use the basic one right now. I think my API key is hooked up, hopefully. So what it's going to do now, vision. So the image, so the copy, I would say about 30 seconds to generate. The image, I would say about a minute to generate. The video, I would say a minute to 2 minutes to generate. Just, what it takes for AI to go and do its magic in the background. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to go and bring in some video. It'll have audio on it too, typically. And there is a media side. So we do have a media side. I'll show you where we can maybe edit stuff, and that's a good point. One of the things we're doing is in the brand visuals, you can upload like your company truck, right? You can upload your face actually. So it'll start using those. Not every image, it's going to start using those, but you can actually call on them. You could say, he used my image or use my whatever. You can actually upload your own art in the background if you wanted to. And you can then tailor it in here to visualize it, to animate it, to do whatever you'd like to do, or just to schedule it. So that's where this media library, this button here, this media library button, if I click on it, everything we generated so far is still saved, but I can load more stuff into that. And we'll get into that in a second. I think I have, where do we have this loaded? I don't want to go away from that page for the sake of, that's not where we want to be. I want to be over here. So it's picking up something like this, like whatever, right? So it's got like this image of whatever was going on, and you get your image. And then again, the same thing, the refine, go through and say, hey, or lock it in. And then I go in, now I want to show you this, which is cool. Let's just say we agreed on that image and I like it. I would just go to step 3. You're familiar with managing your marketing side on your high level, correct?
Yep.
So I'm going to just undo a lot of these. I'm just going to leave Instagram on just for the sake of one place. And what I'm going to do is I have the video there. I'm just going to schedule it, right? So if I schedule this, it's going to go through. And if you go to in your high level right now and you looked at your marketing, the social media planner, this is on January 10th. You're going to see this is already scheduled for you. So you never even, essentially you didn't have to go in high level. You could for somebody who's more of a power user, but you'll see this on your schedule post, right? Yeah, it's already scheduled for you, so you don't have to do anything. So instead of having your VA going into whatever she's going into to do this, which is high level's a little clunky, right? On that part, you go in here and it's just scheduled. Now from there you can edit it, you can do whatever. Now the other thing it's going to do when it posts, it's going to pull in likes, views, dislikes, comments. Well, I don't think dislikes is a thing, but it's going to pull in all that, your stats. And it's going to then, as you progress, and this is why I'm against planning the month. I like planning the week. it's going to then tailor the next images and the next comments based off of what was trending. It's learning your stats. Again, those stats are there. You and I can look at those and dissect them and say, what should we do? But let's be honest, who does? I have a marketing team. I'm just being honest. Who actually goes in and says, hey, that image of Latif trended better than that image of, whoever, they're not doing that. This is figuring that stuff out, right? So it's figuring out your trends, not only by day, but also by platform and words and things like that. Now, when I say that, I don't want to make it sound like, oh my God, it's the best thing ever. It's still a work in progress. This will be a continuous work in progress as we develop from feedback like you, like when Brad told me earlier, I already made a note where he's like, I would like to on LinkedIn post commercial, but on Facebook, I'd like to post residential, for example.
Yeah.
Right. So that's kind of cool. I mean, I have it by days, but I'm kind of like, oh, that'd be interesting by platform, make multiple images for the day. All comes down to AI cost, right? And scheduling that. So you see how I schedule that. Pretty easy.
So, is there the ability to have these come for show up for review before? So, like, let's say Brad's got his VA doing it. He's running through DHL. Is there a way for his VA to still have that scheduled for review?
100%. Same thing he has done right now. Right here, I do draft mode here instead of scheduled. So drafts is what you do to set up reviews. So I just pick draft mode and everything will be in draft. Scheduled is scheduled. So you literally, the same thing you're used to, Brad, you would go in there and you do the same thing. Does that make sense, Bob? Like you're just going to go in there. It's going to be in a draft in your social media and you're up for review. And then what I would do is create an automation to trigger when there's a new draft to notify me or do whatever on the high level side. I think that part for the high level users, you can easily sit down. For me, this is Sunday, having a coffee, get this thing knocked out, right? You have blogs. So questions so far before I move on, I want to show you like two more things and I promise I won't take up more time, but hopefully this has been a little bit informative.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So your media here, this is another thing I was going to tell you, Brad, with some of the customization. Let's say we want to upload an image. I can go in here and upload something, right? I also can go into, Upsplash or whatever it's called. I can go in and pick images I might want to use and load up my library a little bit with stuff that might be things that I want to use, and I can call those in on certain days to post. Again, work in progress. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. That's why I'm having my team do it, because I could do what you were saying. I could pull that image down and I could take it into Canva probably for right now, edit it up and bring it back, right? But we're trying to remove that element. We're trying to make it where it's just super smooth and say, don't over scrutinize. Like here's that instant quote too. I didn't even see this one. I don't know where it came from, but there's something that we like, there's kind of cool. That's kind of nice, whatever. And then we could comment more about it. So in brand identity, I have a guy who uses Mercedes trucks. And if you've been in this industry long enough, people are like, well, I don't want Ford trucks in there. I don't want this in there. I don't want that in there. Okay, cool. You go down here and you just go into visual constraints. My service vehicle is a Mercedes Sprinter. My equipment, I use an Equipter. And my uniforms are always blue. And again, you can create your own tags, but it learns by this. Now, is it going to be 100% perfect? Absolutely not. But I mean, both you guys have handed off social media to people. Tell me when the posts were 100% perfect. Like, have you not had some that have been almost there, but can you change this thing? So yeah. It's kind of similar. But the cost here is negligible compared to what you're doing compared to them. So I'm going to move.
From an agency standpoint, I love this tool because we can, I can still have a VA that's managing, multiple different profiles, but that ability to more rapidly develop content for each one, that means I don't have to bring in yet another VA to, like, if one can handle, 20 accounts or something like that, this would allow them to handle 30. Yep. As opposed to, having to go hire and train it yet another one. So I like it. And I can see it from Brad's standpoint being, just that ability to get even more out of his team too.
Yeah. And then you're able to, that's the thing that I think, like, you know, they say AI is replacing people, and it is. But on the other side, I think like the people that are valuable. So I used to watch The Entourage a lot. I've always liked that philosophy of taking the people around me and raising them up, right? And my thing has become like, I want my core crew and I want to raise, but I want to do more with them. If I sell to 20 customers, social media, I can't support everybody at the lifestyle that I want to, maybe. But if I can support 20 people with 2 people instead of 5 people, suddenly my margins go up, my lifestyle, it's better. But if I'm a fair employer, I can also make their life better, right? Yep. So what happens is you raise people around you, get higher quality people around you. This is my blog section. So one of the things that you guys know, blogs are, and I don't know how much you guys know about this, but I'm sure you understand the value of blogs, but do you understand how valuable they are now with what's going on with AI?
They're huge. They're the, I would say, correct me if I'm wrong, Larry, but the absolute number one thing that you can do to boost your relevance in AEO.
Yep. So AEO is conversational. In other words, if I ask you, hey, who's a good roofer, or what should I look for in a roofer? It's not Google where it gives you like this little keywords, good roofer, good roofer, good roofer, right? It's conversational. It says, well, when you're looking for a good roofer, here's the 4 things I would check out. Here's what I would say. Here's what you want to make sure, et cetera, et cetera. So conversational. Now, blogs are your best conversation. They're great, and you can put in a lot of stuff. And AEO is looking more and more at blogs. So more than ever, blogs have become very important. But again, content writing, pain in the butt. Let's pick a topic here. So we got some SEO topics for like. So these are what's trending: Nashville tornado recovery, sustainable shift, modern exterior design, winter roof prep, energy efficiency. Right. Again, I don't know crap about your market or your industry. Well, I guess I do know about your market. Sorry. But you know what I mean? I don't have to. I go here, how to file a roofing insurance claim in Atlanta, metal versus asphalt, commercial roofing maintenance guide, signs of roofing. Let's pick a topic. Pick anything that you feel we could write a blog about.
Let's do multifamily roofing solutions for Atlanta HOAs.
There you go. So that's running in the background.
That's a great one. I mean, the AEO would love that.
Yeah. And the thing about blogs, people get too much into like, you're not writing a book here, guys. What you want to do is create educational content. So every blog, the way I've designed it, my team and I, has been create educational content, create something that'll engage, create participation, and be searchable, where people will look for certain words that I want to put in there in a contextual format, not like roofer, you know, like just going crazy with, you know, whatever. And now you can subscribe to, there's tons of blog writing tools. There's Descript, I think, is one of them that I use. There's I don't even remember. Byword's a good one. Again, subscription. You know, I mean, dude, I don't know about you guys, but subscriptions are getting old, and I'm gonna probably sell a subscription. But like, point being, subscription. Here's another subscription. Value wise, knowing the constraints or whatever, I'm curious with you guys. I mean, if you were to put, and you haven't seen the rest of it yet, but right now, if you put a price tag on what maybe for a company, what would be a good number that you would say that'd be fair? Because like Brad said, he still want to go and customize some stuff. What would you say is a number on this thing is? How much would you pay me a month for it, out of curiosity? I haven't set a price. I'm just curious.
I don't even know how much things cost anymore. How much is Canva?
Canva, I believe it's not expensive. Canva's cheap. Canva's like, yeah, I want to say their annual plan is like $150 or something. I don't
really know.
Yeah, we have like 3 of them. I don't think Canva's much. It's the user for Canva that's your expensive part.
I see.
You know what I mean? But you're not scheduling through Canva. You're not doing any of that stuff. But so I don't think that part's that expensive. I could be wrong, but worst case, let me look it up right here. Canva.
Are you gonna sell it? You need to with this and Canva. I think this and Canva would be all you would really need for definitely the social media aspect.
Yeah, $120 for an individual, right? Or so it's not that much, right? $120. So I was right. It's not It's not that much. All right, now check this out. We asked it for this blog, right? And I'm going to go open this blog up. It's in a draft right now. So here's what it's going to look like if a user comes in on your webpage, multifamily roofing solutions, et cetera, et cetera. You got your image. Is that Atlanta in the background? Is that what I'm looking at?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's pretty close.
All right, so multifamily roofing. Now, here's the thing. You could see here the meta description, and you could see the article with all the H2, H1, H3, all that stuff that everyone tells you. And, you know, we all subscribe to these courses that tell you how to become this master SEO guy. Dude, I get it. And I know you know your stuff. Can I just get that information, feed it into AI, and have it just do it for me? Because like H2s, H3s, I don't care, right? I mean, let's be real here. Nobody really understands that. Here's what's going on with the factory, and it's got this draft. Now, what's cool about this, I'm going to edit this draft. Here's what we don't see on the page. In the background, this is where it's putting in all that stuff for AEO and SEO in your meta tags and your SEO stuff. It's putting in all the stuff. Here's all this other information that's being fed in that, you know, on a web page, you know, that whole header, footer, all that stuff. I don't know what this stuff, you know, I probably actually do know what this means, but, you know, like, I don't know what this means, right? All the stuff's there. Here's my description. Here's my tag words. Here's my schema for like, what's my JSON for this thing? I don't know what the heck who's Jason, you know? So here's my information. Now, if you didn't like this, like you want to change some words, you hit edit and you're just in the editor, and we can go in here and just change guides, for example, right? And I can lock it in. So I could change anything I wanted to here as far as editor. So you don't have to, you know, accept the article 100% the way it is. As I go down, sorry for scrolling my screen so much, with people, whatever, I could save my changes or I could cancel that. But now what we're going to do is it didn't find your blogs, because are your blogs published in High Level, or have you done it a little different?
It's WordPress.
Yeah, so I'm not getting your blogs here, right? So I'm not getting your blogs here. If I did, I would basically be able to publish it. I could save it, and I could just send it right over. And right here it would have a drop down of like your blogs, and you would just post right to it. Boom, you got a blog coming out every third day, every second day, every whatever you want to do. And you're ranking. There's no more of this, like I'm looking at your blogs here and I pull them in, and I'm looking at your blogs here, and these are great, but it's like, how often are you, well, maybe they're great. I can't open it. There you go. So there you go. I have this blog, which we don't have a blog. We have a picture. Let me see. Maybe if I do that. Nope. Let's do roofing claim guide. All right, this one's got a little bit of blog on it. So I go in and I'm going through and I have my blog. That's great. But you probably did this on November 16th, 2025, right? So how often and how much work do you want to put into doing blogs? Because remember, like, blogs, our thing is to create attention to us. It's not so much for me to become an author. The goal is I want to bring attention to me, and I want to put things that are valid. Those same things, those words that we said, never say, don't do, those are all followed in there, and just creating it. So yeah, guys, that would be your blog.
With the blogging tool, is there the ability to incorporate results from like Ask the Public or whatever it is? So you're able to make search relevant content.
You mean like a feedback for asking on the blog? How would you do it? I'm curious.
Like, so let's say we're writing blogs for Capital City, right? Mm-hmm. And we want to know, what are people searching for in the Atlanta metro in regards to roofing. So yep. One of the great tools is Ask the Public or whatever. I always forget what it's called, but it's something along those lines. Mm-hmm. And so that ability to pull back the results from that and feed it into the blog writing tool, Is that something that, anything like that, or is it already doing it? Anything on the roadmap that
It's
way?
kind of already doing it. I mean, you could probably do more, but here's your current trending topics, and these
Okay.
are SEO for the company. But I can just write something here. I could just say instant quote tools. I would recommend writing a little bit more. Tools, why you need them or why you should shop them or whatever, and I can just do that, and it's going to go create a blog for me. Like,
Got it. Okay, that's cool.
so you can just like put whatever, and it's going to go do its thing. A blog's going to take 3 to 5 minutes to get ready, but you don't have to stay on the screen. You can leave, you can come back, right? I got to congratulate my team that I was able to go through most everything without actually having anything break on me, because it is new. This is the create post. If you just wanted to right now, like, hey, Packers just won, I want to put something out there. You can go in here and you can just kind of create like a quick little whatever you want. I just want to make a story, and I'm gonna post it, whatever. So I'm gonna go to create media, and I'm gonna just say, just make me a story. And I can do carousels as well. So carousels are cool. So let's do a carousel real quick because we didn't do that. And then I'll let you guys kind of ask questions. I'll let you guys go. Let's do a carousel of 4 images. And we'll just do a carousel. I probably should have told it what to do. This is probably not the best example, but whatever. We'll let it go through that. But this is like your way to, one of my buddies was like, what if I just want to post something now? Like, just, I thought of something and I want to put it out there, right? So this would be kind of that. And I'm horrible because I didn't put any description. So this is going to be completely whatever it comes up with. No idea what it does. Meanwhile, let me go back to your planning calendar, January. And we'll go to a blog day, a chat day. So this was something that I was going to do. We'll just do another generate copy. But yeah, I mean, any questions, anything I could tell you guys? What do you guys think? And then, so when I was telling you for your whole month, by the way, Brad, I promised a month. I'm happy to do it for you, and Rob, you too, for your business as well. I'd have Sam probably jump on and walk you through and just do the month, because explaining the tools and doing it all takes a little bit longer, right? But what do you guys, questions, ideas, whatever?
Is there a way to have it plug into WordPress so that the blogs can post automatically into a WordPress site as opposed to a native GHL hosted site?
Probably. I know we've been asked about HubSpot. We've been asked about WordPress, and I told people, let's get it running first, and then we'll kind of go from there. I think, you can definitely grab the code from there and drop it like manually. Automatically, I have to look at like how to do it. But it's interesting, and I think that's something that we'll look at to do. The goal here is like, because High Level and it talks so well, and then I told you about the back and forth with the interactions. That's where it's tuning and learning. So I think the whole value for someone's going to be like, hey, go here. And WordPress used to be the be all end all, and I think it's changing. Again, that's an opinion, not a.
There's a lot of competition, that's for sure.
Yeah, as an opinion, not a whatever, right? Let me. Oh, I didn't do this in carousel. Good. I'm just going to do this as a video just to do it. Let's do. We'll just flip back over here. We'll let this one go. Carousel work.
Brad, what made? Well, this is coming together. What made you like? You got like kind of it appears to be like an ad hoc system put together, but you're on High Level. What prevented you from using High Level for your blogs and every aspect of what can be done through High Level? What you got some deep knowledge on things. What caused you to make those decisions?
So I started out having my domain hosted, in which my domain is hosted in Go High Level. I used WordPress through Go High Level.
Mm-hmm.
But the first site I built, and I've built all my websites. The first site I built it natively in Go High Level, and it's not as customizable because like I know what I'm doing, so like I want to be able to do it all. So that's why I just decided to go through WordPress, and I love Divi. I build my sites on Divi specifically. So
okay.
Yeah,
I'm not asking to like make any type of sway. I'm just literally, it's great to be able to have a conversation with somebody that's very knowledgeable. That's not like there's no competition at all. This is just like, hey, why are we doing what we're doing? That's the point of that question.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like what Larif said early on is that we have that ability to a rising tide raises all the ships. So if there's ways that we can all learn in these conversations, it's a way for all of us to be better and sharpen our swords a little bit.
Yeah, I think for me, it just came down to personal preference.
Cool.
Yeah, I think what you're comfortable with too for a lot of us, like if I'm comfortable with this, my designers have gotten real comfortable with high level and I can do some pretty extreme stuff with it. Like for example, here's a website that was built in high level, right? And this is like a website in high level. Flows well. You have this is built in high level. We got the orb to talk to your site, whatever. You got all your stuff over here. Even Bums AI is built in high level, right? So you're able to, once you get comfortable, you can do quite a bit with it. You just have to get comfortable with the tools. A lot of stuff is built in there that you can do. I think we just did this guy a little bit ago. So every site's different depending on what you do. So we do a free website for people, and I just charge $97 a month for the high level subscription, right? And these are like free. I mean, essentially, some of those guys probably paid me a little bit back in the day, but we changed that model. Let me see here. If I log in as you, I forgot what I set you up as, and if I go to media. But yeah, guys. Oh, here's what's cool. So remember, we had to generate the month. So here's your month already set up. Like this is your month. Like your whole month set up, right? Now you go in and you do the micro editing. But like, who's gonna put that in front of you that quickly just to have everything set up? So you just go into this day and you're like, what's this day about? So let's go into our calendar again. This calendar menu thing, I gotta ask them to change a little bit. It's a little goofy. I get why they did it, but if I go into a particular day, let me see which one's a carousel. That one. So this is a carousel. 3 static inspections. Step 1, look for light. Step 2, check insulation. Step 3, look for dark spots. Found a leak, unsure what to do.
I love it. I love that. I love that. And I love the fact that it knew to notice because it crawled my site because I really emphasize the attic inspections and that it just did a great job of portraying that visually.
It's learning from you guys. Now here's the other cool thing here. There's where is it? They move it on me or what? Let me just see where it is. Right here. They need to put a thumbs up on here, but this little button, this says you like that. So what happens is it starts learning more your likes. Your first 20 likes, it doesn't care because otherwise it's just gonna start making everything a before and after picture. So like I liked it before and after, so now everything's before and after, right?
Yeah.
So it'll kind of do that. But if I go back here and I'll show you a couple brands that I was messing with just to show you. And some of them I'll just test just to see like, hey, what can I do for this company that I don't even know this company? But if I go into one of these guys, it'll just start figuring out some cool stuff. So we go to their media. Oh, you know what? I wiped him out. Testing phase is always fun. Let's see. Trial exhausted. Let's see if he's got any. I don't remember. This will go live next week. We're just messing with it yet. But yeah, so you're seeing some images for him in December. That's all he's got right now. So New Year's coming up with like some sort of video, right? So you have like different things for that. My own company, we're moving to doing stuff in here. If I go to this guy, he's a beta guy. Let's see if he's got anything in here. Here's some assets for him. Commercial roofing, it looks like. You go through, identify leak, assess damage, etc. But yeah,
from an agency
pretty cool, no?
standpoint, I really like this because one of the biggest challenges that I run into is is getting my team spooled up on what that client does or needs. You know, it's like I wish everybody could be like Brad, where they're like, "Yep, I love my logo. This is why. This is what we do." You know, but there's so many businesses out there, and Latif, you've probably seen this, where gosh, they're. How'd you get to where you are in business? Because you have like no understanding of like what you're. You know, it's like how you've done it, and I think that's
We're way to retain a customer. How the hell did you actually survive? How do you survive? You know?
yes. You know, Brad's over here. He's like, yeah, I got a plan. I'm going to be, 20 million in 5 years. You know, he's got this awesome plan. But how many of our clients have you talk to them and they just don't? They're not on that same wavelength. And I think this tool will help to when we take over doing social media for a client to kind of bring that out because of that conversation that we have to go create it. I really think this is a powerful tool that way.
Yeah, so this is like creating videos for different things, and you can see this was the guy who wanted the Mercedes and not the whatever truck it randomly went in there. This is my friend Rob. His company wanted Equipter. He's got these before and afters, and all this stuff. Like I'm not spending a lot of time doing it. It's kind of figuring out. He does ice dam removals. You know, there's a lot of guys in the industry that do that. So we're gonna have landing page stuff coming out too that helps with that stuff. When I accidentally played that audio, did you guys hear the audio or no?
Yeah, a little while ago. Yeah.
Okay. I'm curious, just on a consultant standpoint, I'm going to just test this for 1 second. We're in yours and we'll see if, hey there, can you tell me, what's the core message of my brand? Hey, what could my brand probably stand to improve in, just out of curiosity? Did you guys hear that? No?
No,
Okay.
it was just making like a buzzing noise.
Yeah, sorry. I'm not familiar with the tools here yet, so that's on me. But yeah, so basically what it's doing is it's helping us get like all this information that helps us see about your brand. So my idea became that we wanted to, as one of our tools, get out there and create this to make it easy. Because I mean, look, I don't know what you charge, Rob, but Bob, but I charge about $1,200 to manage a company a month, right? And that's just managing their social media, doing their posts, catering some videos, and I think that's a reasonable price. Is it higher than some? Maybe. Is it lower than some? Yeah. I also have virtual assistants where if you hire one of our assistants, which start at like $2,200, $2,300 a month for 60-hour people. So I live in or 40-hour people. I live in Guadalajara, Mexico. So I'm down here now. I moved down here 12 years ago. I was a contractor, etc. I had a call center for this industry. I sold that, created Boss Up Solutions, then created Bums AI, now Ugo. You can hire your assistant and you're paying her that money, but what percentage of hours go to social media?
Yeah.
Look, some girls, they're like, I like social media. So yeah, 40 of my hours go over here. And it's like, okay, that's 40 hours and still not right. You know what? It should be 4 hours. It should be 8 hours with a little bit of editing, right? So what we've done, we've taken the whole month into 8 hours. Now it's like, what are you going to do with the other 29 days that you got available to you? So it's about making things efficient. That was kind of my plan with it. And that's what we put together. So that's why I wanted to share that with you. And so give me opinions. I mean, it sounds like you guys overall liked it.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it a lot. I can see it from both sides, from an agency use tool as well as a direct user tool. I think
we're trying to figure out if we should sell direct user or agency. We haven't figured that out yet. My thing was get it done first. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, it just really depends on what market you want to serve. I mean, I can see how it could work in both categories. You know, for your personal business, I think keeping it direct to end user, or you're running it through your team, having them use it. And I think that that makes a lot of sense. I have to look at it from my business perspective of like, hey, this could be cool here.
Yeah, what we would probably do with you is probably if you're doing an agency, and Brad kind of would probably do this depending on how you're setting it up and if you're managing social media or not, like on that side, but would be where we would share, train you up on it, and then say, okay, you can just go ahead and do it with your people, or where you utilize my gal. For me, the way I'm setting it up right now, and this might hybrid later, but right now it's like Brad would get on a meeting with Sam. Samantha would work through like setting him up, walking through, setting up his whole first month for him. And then, by the way, the price for that I'm thinking, if we do it, not for the subscription, if we do it, I'm thinking like $250 a month. So it's not, this is a low dollar kind of idea, right? Your subscription probably about $140 a month is what I'm thinking. So you're not spending quite a lot on this tool. So I'm not talking like, I don't know if that sounds, and I am curious if that sounds high, low. What do you guys think for like $140? I give you that tool, you're good to go for the month.
I'm a little torn because it seems like there's a race to the bottom of everything. Definitely there's a ton of value there. When you asked that question first, I didn't know how to answer it, and I kind of stewed on that for a few minutes, but I would say, somewhere between that 100 and 150 range. I think 150 might be a little on the strong side. Mm-hmm. But again, it depends on the model. I think, to a guy like Brad, and Brad, I'm not trying to throw you under the bus. I'm just, we're in similar different areas though, but a direct, end user, I see them being, that 150 to 199 range. But if you have an agency that's coming in, they're going to buy, a certain number of licenses or something like that, a lower pricing because we're going to mark it up somehow. I think that you just got to decide that. But, 150 is not out of the question on either side of it. It just depends on how you're going to come out.
Yeah. That's my thing was price it pretty fair. So like an end user, probably $150 roughly. Right. And then probably for agencies, give them that room to make 30-40% on it, and allow them to do that. The other side was if I give Brad his API key and I say, hey, you're using your API key, not mine. So now I can lower the price even further because now I'm not worried about if he goes crazy with his videos and he has like, $47 of video costs this month. So that's the other side. Right now, the way I've configured it, we talked about that, letting people have their own APIs, and maybe for a white label like you, Bob, for you, that might make sense. For an end user like Brad, he's probably going to be like, man, I just want a price. I don't want to wake up and get an email from Google that I'm out of credits and I need to pay another $100 or whatever. Like, I'm not interested in that. So there is a little bit of like, we're figuring that out right now. I wanted to share kind of a little bit with people like how easy it is now. And there's tools out there that, like you mentioned, Holo or whatever it was that I've used that too. And then Pomeli is a very good one if you guys haven't tried it from Google. Pomeli is awesome. I love it. It was one of the inspirations for what we did. It's a cool tool. It's literally like step one on the way up to what we've built. For you, Bob, it would be a horrible tool because you can only run one brand at a time in there. And then if you wipe it out, you have to create a new brand or you create 17 browsers. It's just like, nah, man, I'm not, and it's Google Labs, which, Google Labs is
sketchy.
Here's today, gone tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen. It's like, it's gone. So
yeah,
guys, I appreciate you guys jumping on or whatever. Brad, for you, for your brand for the month. Like I told you, I mean, it looks like your month's almost done. I'll have I'll get you a login, and maybe if you have time during the week, I can have Sam walk you through, and you can literally schedule your whole month. Number one, the blogs, I'll look into the WordPress side, but there is a way to move them over, of course. Right now, the way I've set it up, you can do 150 images in a month. You can do 30 videos. Don't quote me exactly. And you can do 30 blogs, I think it is. So it's enough to do your thing, man. I mean, the problem there is like the AI cost. You do too many videos, all of a sudden I'm losing money because when we said race to the bottom, those price tags, $100 is not a lot. So, and we'll probably have some introductory out there and figure some things out. So for you, I'll do that.
Are you hosted on Google Cloud?
That particular one is on Firebase, so it'll be on Firebase. That one, which
Okay.
is kind of Google. I mean, Google's got 800 names for everything, man.
Yeah, they do.
And
They're working on that. They're trying to shoot.
oh my god,
Check with them though. They're running subsidies on AI credits right now. If you're big in their ecosystem, like if you're using their servers, if you have their hosting, they're giving away a lot of AI credits right
yeah,
now.
I get $300 worth a month from them right now. But the problem there is like, if the three of us join in and start doing our stuff, that $300 gone. Now we're back into the paying thing. So
Right.
nothing's for free. Nothing's for free. Trust me.
Right.
It's always loaded. It's like, let me get you.
Right.
Here's a free sample. Let me get you.
Yeah. I now I can tell you're from Rockford. You're,
Oh man, the stuff I saw.
give a free hit type situation.
Yeah, so my team put it together. We got something else cool. Brad, you mentioned instant quote tools, and I'd love to share with you later. We created something that's a little different. So I created Ugo exterior design, and what it does, a little different. So right now, what happens? I go to your website and I hit instant quote, and it says enter your property address. I enter it. It shows me my roof or whatever, and then I say get quote, and then it says, okay, give me your name. Like Bob, give me your name, and Bob's like, I want to quote. I already know what's going to happen. As soon as I fill this out, 800 text messages, 20 phone calls. I'm not, okay. So I leave. So what I decided to do was create something different. We created Ugo Exterior Design Studios, and I'll tell you about this real quick and let you guys go. Basically what it did was it lets you take the design of you take a picture of your house or the Google image that comes up, which isn't always the best. So it's better to load your picture. But now the homeowner's participating a little bit. They can do it without the image. They can get a quote. So it has that whole instant quote feature. But what I can do is I can use AI to redesign my house. So I can change the siding. I can change the colors. I can add or remove a deck. I can add or remove garage doors, like change carriage style doors, red doors, blue doors, windows, gutters, change the trim color on my house, add permanent lighting to my house, etc. So what's happening is you're seeing them and their brain of what they're doing and all their choices, which AI summarizes for you. But you're also, after the first render, I think it is, like, when they change your house and like, oh, that was cool. Let me try it again. I'm going to make it blue. It's like, okay, make it blue. And then it says, oh, now I need your name if you want to play. Right. So there's a better lead capture because there's a value added in return other than I'm going to give you a number. And what it does is it gives you that. And then it gives you the brain of their thought. So when you go upsell, and I don't know how much you're selling. I know the name roofing there, but for my GC guys, dude, garage doors, you make $1,500 on a garage door if you sell the right garage door. There's 2 of them on most houses nowadays. Permanent lighting. I mean, I have a company we're partnering with to do permanent lighting. Permanent lighting is ridiculously great. I could generate you leads like you wouldn't believe through it. There's other things that you could add on. So there's things that you can do. So it's kind of cool. I'll have to share that with you too. But I'll get you the logins and everything. I got your email. And we'll go from there for you, Brad. For Bob, probably a sidebar. Let's grab a conversation later when you have time. And what we can do is talk about an agency style because it's a little different. It doesn't probably apply to as many people watching in. But agency style, there's probably something. I've already been thinking about a few ideas. I'd love to run them past you and see.
Yeah, I've got a couple other ideas I want to discuss with you as well.
I'm going to shoot you both I'm going to shoot you both my cell phone number so you have it. And I mean, it's public. It's 847-338-8558. I'm not hiding from anyone. But I'm going to drop it in our Facebook chats that we had earlier so you guys have them. And then just feel free to reach out. I'll get you that stuff a little bit later. We've had a long conversation. I appreciate it. Anything else I can answer, say anything?
No, I like it. I use Search Atlas to do a lot of my SEO stuff automated. This is like the social media equivalent. It feels like.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if I could merge the two together.
Yeah, I'd be curious on that side to see what you're pulling from Search Atlas, because like from the standpoint of like what's trending, what words to use, I'm already doing that in the background. I'm kind of giving that clean interface without the research.
Yeah.
But I'd be curious what else is being used.
I run Search Atlas too. We use it for our clients. I like it, but man, it's very, very complex, and two, it's expensive. At least from like the subscription is not terrible, but it feels like you get beyond a certain number of accounts, and that it just goes up quite a bit. And Brad, would you agree that's a complex platform?
He's like, not for me.
I don't think it's complex, but I could see where like a layman would say it's very overwhelming. Yeah, but like I'm actually in it right now. I've been working it this whole time I've been sitting here. But no, I mean it's good. It's buggy though. Sometimes like they need to work out some bugs, but it's easy as far as I have four websites, so they're all it saves a lot of time.
Yeah.
And you're updating the sites from there, or what are you doing?
Yeah, it updates via JavaScript.
Okay. So it'll go update like some sort of words and trends or what? Just
like for instance, I can do an automated change title tags, meta description, missing image, alt text, meta keywords, heading optimization, headings length. If there's anything wrong with the canonical canon or however you pronounce that canonical link, open graph, Twitter card, missing keywords, internal linking opportunities.
But it sounds like it's a builder tool where all that stuff should be solved before, right? I mean, I get the update once in a while, but like it sounds like it's more like what you should have done from the get-go when someone built your site.
Yeah, you could do it on the front end or the back end. This just allows you to do it on the back end, and then as you add pages, and if you have blogs automated to post on a schedule, you can just do it quickly that way.
Bob, what do you use it for?
For that, for us, it gave like a lot of times we'll have people that bring sites in, or we end up managing that. And it'll help us to go. We can install that auto, I think is what you're referring to, right? We can install that, and it'll help to speed up that cleanup process. The other is it helps, because I like to have as much in one platform as possible. That ability to have like the local SEO, the keyword, the ability to search like through your competitors, things like that, and pull all that stuff in and share that as well. With the client, I think that's been a really beneficial part of it too. I'd say though 80% of our use in it is in writing blogs.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think like learning about tools nowadays with AI, like there's stuff that we've been using that's older, and then all of a sudden you find something better. Something I'm going to try to do is get on more coffees and share more stuff with that. I was going to give you guys a little quick look at Guadalajara, but I was showing you my dog. So this is actually Bugs. She's a Pomeranian. That's her kid, Sinatra, and he's just chilling out there. This is Guadalajara. This is Guadalajara. It's a little foggy today, or I don't know, pollution or whatever the hell's going on out there. But yeah, so it's beautiful out here. So today working from home, not the office, but yeah, you guys, like, I'd love to have you guys on in the future for discussing stuff. But this is not so much for like, I mean, of course, it's for all of us to generate revenue for our business, but also for me to like, I think the industry's got shitty content nowadays. There's just all drama and whatever. And I'm just like, I'd rather just educate and talk about stuff, and even like a little bit of political banter, fair enough. But just, I don't want to know who's dating who or what's happening.
The state of the union right now on there is like, man, it's crazy.
I am so tired of the hype. You know who I've really enjoyed learning from recently is Michael Reimer and Fur Patel. Those two, if you guys aren't following them in the high level area space, those two are a lot like you, Latif. They're just putting out solid content that's actionable. Like, hey, we're all learning together.
So you're probably not as much in the roofing space as probably we are on that side. And the roofing space is literally like when I said who's dating who or whatever. Are
you serious?
Oh yeah.
Do you guys know who?
There's more drama than any episode of Jerry Springer I ever saw.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's funny for a moment, but then when it drags on for like now probably over 2 years, it's like it gets to be like we don't care.
Right.
Do you guys know who Mark Hurd is?
No.
Mm-mm.
He's a reasonably good sized roofer here in the Rockford, Illinois market, and he's putting together. Go look him up on social media. It's Markhurd, and he's putting together some really interesting roofing tools, AI powered tools for the roofing industry. I think there could be some. It's not something I know. Mark, him and I've talked about a lot of different things, but I think for you guys specifically in the roofing space, he'd be a good person to have to bring into these types of conversations. He's really evolved and he gets into the geeky side of using AI in some of that.
Yeah, I'm a nerd. I'll code.
That's him. He'll call me up and he's called me up and told me about like all the stuff he's coding, and I'm like, I'm not a coder. I understand. I was a dumb lawn care guy that got into marketing, right? So it's a different space. But he'll call me up and he'll be like, "Man, I'm doing this," and I'm like, "It is like he might as well be speaking like Greek to me because it's not resonating." So
Yeah,
but he'd be a good guy for both of you guys to know.
that'd be good. Are you, Brett? Are you planning on just sticking to roofing, commercial roofing? Or are you expanding into general contracting, or what's your thing? I don't even know if that's what it is right now or not.
Yeah, I'm actually getting my general contractor's license in the next month or two. I got fast tracked to do that here in Atlanta. But yeah, I've got a couple other ventures, real estate development. I've got a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah. It seems like a lot of us, and that's me. I've been clearing out. That was a New Year's thing. Like, okay, what's my core offers this year? Because
I have ADD real bad. And it is very much a superpower. Yeah. It's very much a superpower, but I've got to rein it in because I'll have like 20 things going on at a time. So, but yeah, the roofing and the licensing model and scaling across the nation, Capital City Roofing, mark my words, Capital City Roofing will be the first actual household name in roofing. Similar to like ServPro, right? We don't have that in roofing yet. There's not like that brand, and Capital City Roofing will be that brand.
Yeah. I'd love to, if you have the time, I'd love to see how maybe we can help each other on that side. And then Bob, for you, I'd love to figure out how maybe you can get this out, because I've thought about, like, my team told me, hey, get this out to the high level community, because look, we already raced the bottom anyway, and then everyone's like, it's not as hard to develop. Like if you see what I did, and then somebody sits there and they work at it for a few 100 hours, they're going to be putting something together. Like honestly, maybe even better. That's the truth. That's why the price is the race to the bottom, because like I demotivate you because you're like, wait, so I'm going to get Brad and I'm going to sell it to him for $100 and I'm going to make $50, and okay, that's not worth my damn time. Right?
Yeah. So I do not sell it as like, hey, Brad, here's my high level link. Go sign up. We do this as a service for those businesses. No different than if we were to be in Salesforce or HubSpot, Zoho, any of those. All of those are just as complex as high level. High level just makes it easier for you as an agency to come in and monetize it. So we're not telling our clients go build a website. Here's the tool. We're building it for them and charging them a reasonable rate. I mean, sometimes it's not reasonable. Sometimes, it's just like, hey, we're booked and it's $10,000 to build you a 5-page site, and they buy it. It's stuff like that.
Yeah, I think the value is there, like not the tool, but how to use the tool. So it's like me hiring a roofer. Like I hire a roofer to do the job. I can buy a hammer. I get it, but the idea is, so that's the thing. I think these things are becoming tools. And yeah, there's a fair price for a tool, but there's also like if I price this tool at $500 2 years ago, 100% I could charge that all day long. Today,
I
don't think so.
I think like your thing that can make you like a special sauce, if you will, is that you have a team of VAs and you can be like, hey, here's the tool, here's how it works. We can assign Sam or Andy or whoever you want to this, and we'll do it for you, and it's $250 a month. Yep. Now, because I don't know what you're paying your VAs. I'm sure it's pretty competitive, but now you've got a tool.
The way the dollar's going, the dollar sucks. That ruins it for me. I was 23 under the first administration of Trump, 23-1. I'm at 17-1.
Ugh.
Everyone here got a raise, so that doesn't work for Latif so well, but that's a different story.
Yeah, most of mine are still in third world countries, so it's not caught up that. Like one is literally in Venezuela. My best guy is in Venezuela. It's like, yeah.
Very cool. Brad, do you have your sites in high level though, right? Your website?
It's a WordPress site, but it's in high level.
WordPress site.
Hosted through high level.
I got you. I got you. If you need help with that header thing, let me know later. I could probably have one of my guys look at it Monday. But like your header is even on mobile. I just pulled it up.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like it's fine on my side, and like even in WordPress when I'm going in the builder.
Go into incognito window and pull it up, because probably what you got is your computer is cached, and you have cache. That word I don't know how to say. But it's cached. So when you pull it up, you're going to see some change that you probably made recently. Messed up your header. Probably a sizing of the
logo.
Yeah, the logo, or maybe the what do you call it? The sections or whatever it is. Something like that probably blew it out of the water, and it's messed up. But it's kind of useless at the moment because only the bottom third of the page I can utilize for looking at anything. So
no, you're right. It's all messed up. It's my CSS is not.
Yeah, so we're gonna want to. And if you go into WordPress, I mean, I'm not a WordPress fan.
So you can like click on like About Us or click on one of the other tabs. So it looks like it's just the home page.
Yeah, it's.
Is it the holder that the logo's sitting in?
Yeah, probably multifamily. Yeah, it looks good everywhere else. It's your homepage, your header, whatever's going on there.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit of time, a little bit of AI, you can do anything. So, Chat GPT, what's going on? By the way, if you're using AI, for me personally, Gemini is the way to go nowadays. It's ridiculous.
Dude, Gemini has come on strong.
It's just sick. The stuff that it's doing is. I'm a Claude guy because I program.
Yeah.
But recently, I've started like letting Gemini have its take at it. But I think programming Claude's still a little bit ahead. But wow. And then we do all our programming now in Cursor. Like that's where we're at. Like, which talks to Gemini and Claude.
Yeah.
But it lets you use that Visual Studio kind of platform.
I am so excited about where we're. It's like. I think every generation probably has this at some point, but I say this quite a bit. I am so excited to be living in this moment because like we're at the beginning of a whole new era for the way humanity is going to work. It's not just like, okay, we're creating cool stuff here, but like when you look at like the robotics and the other stuff that's coming, that's in development, that's outside of like the LLMs, or like the enterprise level conversations that are going on around.
Let me ask you guys this. We'll close out. I know everyone's got their stuff, and I really, really do appreciate both you guys for being here. And I'll come through on getting you guys those logins, and we'll talk individually too and figure out what we can do. But just quick little 2 minutes, 3 minutes each. I'm just kind of curious. What's your prediction on AI and its effect on the next few years? I'm kind of curious what you guys think in terms of industry or economy or whatever. Just Bob, I mean, what do you think? You were kind of leading into that right now, but what do you think the next 3 years look like for us?
I see. I don't know if I can pin it down to 3 years, but I could say in 5 years. I don't think we will recognize the world the way it is now. Mm-hmm. It's because when you look at the amount of capital that's being invested into every aspect of AI, whether it be robots, self-driving cars, AI as a whole. I mean, we're already coming up with AI's already come up with solutions to certain cancers and new mathematical formulations. As we roll, as Elon and most of Asia roll out new forms of robots, that's going to change every single industry. So I see within 5 years, we'll see it's going to rip through the rest of the white collar space where where the three of us are sitting. But like when it gets down to like Brad's employees, you're going to have robots that can go put a roof on and successfully do it. I mean, it's I looked at the lawn care space, and we have mowers that we're able to deploy onto people's lawns and replace operators, which was the largest expense in that industry, also the largest liability. So I really see it changing. There's no putting the genie back in the bottle, and I feel that those that engage with it.
We got those, what are they called? EMPs. So yeah, that's about the only way. What do you think, Brad? What do you think the AI is going to do to the industry?
Yeah, I mean the AI that we have right now is gonna look like novice stuff. How AI works. I've been in the space since the very beginning. You see how it works. It's exponential.
Yeah.
So it's just going to get faster and then faster and then faster and then faster until we won't recognize things. But I will tell you, people are worried about losing their jobs, that, and the third. The people that are worried about that, they need to wrap their arms around this thing, get familiar with it, and learn how to prompt it, because that's the thing. AI is not going to take your job.
Yep.
Someone that knows how to prompt AI is going to take several jobs.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that on the short term. But that's why I said I don't know how to say it in like 3 years, but 5 to 10 year span, I say it eliminates everything. It will. I really firmly believe that when you listen to the largest thought leaders in the space, the next thing is it multiplies those that are using it, like what you just said, Brett. But it then goes beyond. It doesn't stop there. It goes beyond. It will eventually. That's where I think the whole concept of where does money come from? Where does the economy work from? Past that 5 to 10 year mark. That's where life's completely different. I don't know how any of it's going to work, but it's going to be amazing.
We're in a complete rebuild. My 3 year prediction, and the reason I picked 3 was this has been my speech to a few guys, and I'll summarize it real quick, which is guys, look, I mean, yes, the AI, the people that know how to prompt it, the people that embrace it, those are the ones that are going to keep their jobs, like I mentioned, the entourage, and the people that don't want to work, all these like people that don't want to do the extra things, that don't want to put in the hours, the attitude of a lot of workers today, you're getting pushed away. If you're giving me most of the AI people I replaced in my office, like when I replaced them with AI, were because they gave me pushback or they didn't come through or they failed at something. They prompted me to say, hey, look for a solution. So don't give your employers a reason to find a solution, number one. Number two, though, because AI is getting out there, people are going to start making less money. So you're going to get a bigger separation. The middle class is big usually in the States, but now you're going to see a bigger lower class, higher class, because the guys that embrace it, they're going to go up here. The guys that don't, they're going to go down here. But the issue is when you sell roofs, if I don't have the money to purchase a roof, because I don't have a job because AI has replaced it, then that still full circle affects me. I think we have a 2-year really great run that people should not be scared of and really embrace. The 3rd year, for 2 reasons. One, AI is going to start actually replacing those jobs, and people are going to try to figure out what to do. And look, the world resets itself. It'll figure it out. But it also falls into election year, which is when both parties like to trash each other. So what's going to happen is in 3 years is AI is already hurting. Now you get the Democrats, because they're not in office right now, and I don't know what will happen by then, but Democrats not in office, they're going to make it look like you're living in hell, which is going to be much easier to do, and it's going to be bad. So I tell everybody, take 2 years to really build it up. That 3rd year is going to be a rough one, and it'll level out. I mean, it will. It'll correct itself, but COVID, we corrected ourselves, but it was a rough time. So don't forget that you are going to go through a hard time, and I don't think people today know how to go through a hard time anymore. It's just
that's a real thing. We've gotten to the point where we don't know how to handle adversity.
Yeah.
I think the three of us, the reason why we're successful is because owning a business or being in upper level management forces you to go through that adversity. you have to figure that out. But
All right, guys. I really appreciate your time. I'll get with you guys privately later. Thank you very much for taking this time on Sunday. And hey, if I want to find Capital City Roofers, I know how to find that. CapitalCityRoofing.net, and you service Alpharetta and Nashville. Are you hiring? Are you doing anything?
Yeah, I'm doing everything. Just Google my name, Brad Strawbridge. I'm doing a lot. Yeah,
We got Brad there.
Yeah, around here, and I've got, like I said, we just went live in Nashville. I've got Greenville, South Carolina planned, Charlotte, North Carolina planned.
You looking for managers and stuff in those markets, or what are you doing?
Yeah, so looking for pretty much not so much managers, but project managers, and then people that can just, then they don't even have to have like roofing experience. You know what I mean? But like work ethic, good personality, and some hustle, and they can change their life. Perfect.
And then Rob, you do Fresh Horizons, and I'm just looking at your website. I'll pull it down here real quick just to see. What's your? I mean, who's your market? Whatever. I mean, you guys gave me the time. Just if there's anyone watching that can maybe use your service, who are the people that look for you?
Yeah, so one of our cores that we serve are small to medium-sized home service businesses. We're still pretty agnostic that way, but our claim to fame is that we're a one-stop solution for all of their marketing needs. So if you need a website, automation, all that, we're the go-to there. But then we do something that's really unique in that we have in-house production for custom apparel, promotional products, print, things like that. So, it's everything from business cards to websites. We could really help a brand stand out and make it easy. They have you guys have one relationship to manage, and we'll bring the heat and make your business look amazing.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. And again, share your links on the thing or whatever on whatever post you guys happen to see it on. First time using StreamYard. I don't know if I did it right or wrong, so who knows, but I'll learn. But I really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. From the bottom of my heart, really appreciate it, and wish you guys the best. And we'll don't be strangers. Let's catch up.
Absolutely.
All right.
See you guys. Have an awesome rest of your day.